It's been a fantastic, firstly, it's been a very fantastic, beautiful, inspiring festival, and the poets who are here have been absolutely delightful. Both the international poets and the people from Turkey have been amazing, and their poems are fantastic as well, and I really appreciate the energy and the effort that everybody's made in making us feel welcome, not just at the festival, but also at the schools, and you guys have been absolutely excellent at dealing with the fact that we don't speak Turkish, which is very, very nice. And the hardest thing about being in a school in a foreign country is, speaking and communicating in a different language. But I thought both events at the schools, the one that I helped with and the one that Tara and Hans did the day before, were amazing. The children were incredibly smart and well-behaved, and they listened, but they also knew how to have fun, and they, typically schools, like especially late in the day, kids are chatty and they want to talk to each other and they want to joke, or they're too quiet and they don't want to speak at all. It was a perfect level of engagement, and I've done workshops, around the world. I've done these workshops. I've done similar things in Iraq and in Mexico and and all over Scotland and England and Germany. And the schools that you had were absolutely brilliant. What surprised me the most was how the students spoke about poetry. Usually when I say to students in Scotland or the UK, what is a poem? A very basic kind of open question. They kind of usually say it's like a song or it rhymes. But here, they immediately got right to the heart of it. They were like, a poem is different from a story because of the feelings of the words, and every word means something. And they really had, as far as I can tell, a very deep understanding, a surprisingly deep understanding of what poetry is and can do. And I was very surprised by that. In terms of their general demeanor, they were really respectful. I thought yesterday, maybe because it was quite chaotic and we were all very tired, I thought they might be able to smell weakness and would, perhaps attack us, or the whole thing would fall apart. But they were very, very generous with their time and their energy levels. It was absolutely magical. Yeah. We've been really, I've been to many festivals and it's always a treat, but from what I can tell, firstly, I'm very grateful that you've taken the time to translate much of the work into English for us and to give us headphones and things. Many times I've been to festivals where there is nothing and you can't understand what people are saying. Sometimes I've been to festivals where they are doing a live translation of the poems, and that's horrible because you can't translate poetry live. It's not like a speech from the governor or something. It's totally different. So the respect and the commitment you guys have made to making really good, high quality translations just for us, basically. It's very, very generous. I know it takes a lot of time and effort and probably money. So I'm very grateful for that. And I thought the poems, from what I can tell, just hearing them once or twice and reading a little bit in the books, are very, very strong. And I really admire and I like the sensibility of the Turkish poets. The two Turkish poets I've worked with in the past, I met, oh boy, I'm going to ruin his name. I met Efe and Gökçener in 2009 in Scotland, and I think they're very brilliant poets, and we got along very well. And I think we share. I was very surprised at that time to learn that we shared such a common sensibility and tone, and the work that we did then, I'm still very, very proud of. And some of those translations are being used on the screen, so I know from reading those translations and having those experiences with those two people that all of the translations that you've been doing are really high quality. And yeah, that sensibility, the way the poets seem to speak and the voice that they're using is one that I'm very loyal to, and that is very close to my heart. This is my briefcase. I can tell you a little bit about the outside. let's see, I bought this maybe 9 or 10 years ago. My friend had a similar bag when he and I were traveling together, but it was bigger. And so when I ordered this, I thought it would be bigger. I thought it would be a suitcase. I thought I'd be able to travel for maybe 10 days with just this bag. That was my goal. And I have managed to do it a little bit over the years, but mostly it just contains my life. This handle keeps falling off. Sometimes I can fix it with by using a keychain, the key ring. And this has been broken and repaired. So the last time it was repaired was in Mexico about a year ago. So it's still doing okay. On the front, you'll notice there are some stickers from fruits, mostly apples, but I think a few bananas and a mango there. And that's because, the reason I do that is because my grandfather, who passed away, when he used to send us letters in the mail, he would save his fruit stickers, and he'd put fruit stickers on the envelopes. So whenever I eat fruit, I feel too bad to just throw the thing away. So I always put them on my bag or on my computer. Inside the bag, it's not so interesting today, but let's see. We've got a scarf, which I bought in Iraq, a shirt, because I thought I might sell some books. I have brought some books to sell. Let me see if there's anything interesting at all. Some souvenirs, my schedule, an iPad, a notebook, some lozenges for my throat, Fisherman's Friend. I would like to be sponsored by them because I talk too much. And so, yeah, nothing very interesting. A New Yorker magazine. I like to read the New Yorker sometimes when I'm traveling, just to pass the time. And then this are my souvenirs from traveling. So this is from Lebanon. This is from Latvia, Florida, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Scotland, of course, up with the tartan. New York City, Amsterdam. So I try to get a sticker from every place that I've been, just to remind me as I'm traveling. So this bag has pretty much been all over the world with me, and I love it very much, and people always like it. I'm surprised by how much people like it. It really, for some reason, people really like it, especially old men seem to like it, because I think in a lot of places they use these bags to go to school. It's I think it's an old British school briefcase. You know, kids would take their study books in there. So yeah, I love it. I love it very much. I've actually stopped carrying it around Edinburgh so much. I only bring it out now when I travel. But yeah, it's my baby and my best friend. So I love traveling with it. I'm glad you like it, and I hope the contents aren't too boring.